How are you guys doing? What's up? Hello, class. Wow, that's some enthusiasm. I love it. I wish I was as that enthusiastic in school. When I was in school, I sat in the back of the class and I played StarCraft the whole time. And and now I'm a Twitch streamer, so that's.
So this was on the video.
So you guys are on Twitch chat right now, and you guys got to be good to Twitch chat. Twitch chat has to be good to you. We'll see. Usually they're not good. Do we have mods here right now? Because I'm not gonna be focusing on chat, Mac. I need someone who will take the sword and kill all who oppose them. Unless we have mods here right now.
Yeah. Dude, just make us mods. I like that.
I don't know if that's a good plan. We do not have mods right now. Okay, XxShinobazuxX, kill all who oppose you. Good luck.
What?
And 212, you also. I trust you guys with my life. If I come back and half the chat is banned, we're better for it. Okay, hello, friends. Oh!
Okay, you should be able to see us now.
Oh my god, it works. Holy crap, everything works. Now, the last thing that doesn't work is my chat can't see you, but that is something that I can fix post-haste, my friends. I can do that super fast. Because, yeah, post-haste that means quickly.
So what's going to happen? I think there's a 2-second lag.
No, they're just typing. They're just
Okay. All right. We are going to do everything now. Hold on 1 second. That's so big, though. Hang on. Oh, we can make it smaller. Right.
Hold on, I'm going to shrink it down.
Get your faces and lens.
No, it's not.
Wow. We did it. No, I'm good. Okay, we don't have to do anything. Everything is good. All right.
Gabe, stop everything.
Okay. All right. We're done. We don't have to do this anymore. Okay. Good job, team. We did it. All right, and that's the end of my talk. You guys all know how to be Twitch streamers now. Thanks for coming. Class is over. No, okay. All right, now we have to do the whole talk, okay? Let me find my show notes. All right, cool. Hello. I'm Devin Nash. How many of you have no idea who I am? Raise your hand. Okay, fucking everybody. Can I curse on this?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, I'm gonna do it. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So that feels bad, but that's all right. We're gonna get into it. So when I was 16, I became really interested in marketing, and so I decided to sell ebooks. They're like little books but digital, and I did that for a while until I got bored, and then I started live streaming because my friend told me I should stream my League of Legends games. So I was a full-time League of Legends streamer, the most positive community ever, by the way. Absolutely, only friendship there. And I also did something with League of Legends as a live streamer, and this is 2012 now, that I thought would be a good idea, which was to teach positivity through League of Legends. Because I was really obsessed with self-improvement since I played EverQuest 1 and Dark Age of Camelot 16 hours a day, and my mom had to put quesadillas under my door to get me to eat. So I played a lot of video games and I didn't want to do that anymore. And so as a result, I tried to read a lot of books to self-improve. I did, got some good ideas for that and started live streaming. So I did the League of Legends stuff for quite a bit, and that got me picked up and noticed in esports. So I got picked up by a team called Team Dignitas. Any esports fans here?
Oh yeah, brother.
Oh yeah, let's go. Okay, this is gonna be a good ass show. So I joined a team called Team Dignitas, and originally as like the world's like first like self-improvement coach for the team, because the team was basically like a bunch of nerds that just like wanted to play League of Legends, and they didn't want to, like, nowadays, like in the esports, you have like people that are like meditating and like visualizing their victories and stuff. We didn't have any of that shit back then. You basically just sat there and played Hearthstone, and then you would scrim, and then you would keep doing it. So there was a lot of ways that we could actually improve, like making teams more optimal. And so I did that on Team Dignitas. Then I went from Team Dignitas from there to becoming a regional manager at Team Dignitas. I ran North America with a guy named Odie. And from there, after we did that, I left there to join a company called Counter Logic Gaming, where I presided as a CEO with George, my man Hotshot GG. And we ran that company together until we sold it to Madison Square Garden in 2017, 18-ish. Then I went from there, and I was, by the way, the whole time I was a full-time streamer. I did that well, that's not true. At CLG, I got so busy when the company went up to like 100 people or so that I couldn't do this, so I took a break. But I've pretty much been a full-time streamer since 2012. So I did the broadcasting thing. I came back to it once I moved to Seattle because I decided I want to do something different after I got bored from selling a company. And now I'm the CMO of a company called Nerd Fusion. We're a talent agency. We manage a lot of big streamers and YouTubers. So we run people like Dan's Gaming, Giant Waffle. And I'm a CMO in one half of my life. And then my other half of my life, I am a Twitch broadcaster where I dance for these people like a monkey. That claps bells together and stuff in a circus, and that's what I do. So that's me. And how many of you guys want to be actually content creators? Like, how many of you actually want to create content? Okay. So that's like most of the people in the middle of the class. You other people that are like way off to the right over there, why the hell are you here then? Are you guys is this like easy credits?
Yeah, Victor.
I'm just screwing with you. Okay. No. So the majority of you want to learn about creating content. And for the people that don't want to create content, I'm still going to provide value to you because I think that there is like I think that we live in a world right now where knowing how content creation happens and like why it's important is important. And so what I want to do here is twofold. Do we only have till 6 o'clock, by the way? Is that
we go like 6:15 is good.
Okay, cool. So I want to do two things here, and I don't know how long it'll take, but I want to make sure that the information is good. So I'm going to do two things. We're going to start with like the meta and kind of like theory stuff, and then we're going to go tactical. And like for the people that actually want to become content creators, I'm going to do something that most people don't do, which is I'm going to actually tell you how to do it. Okay. And some of my, although I'm here on behalf of Twitch, some of my views are unorthodox. So we'll just kind of see how that goes. All right. So are you ready?
Sure.
Ready.
Can we get some hype, man? Like, are you ready? Yeah! Let's do this. Let's talk about some streaming. All right. Okay. All right. That's what I'm talking about. I love that enthusiasm. All right.
Copyright.
What's that?
Copyright, right? It's the best start.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So everyone in the streaming world, let's talk about platforms first. Everyone in the streaming world is talking about Twitch, Ninja, Shroud moving to Mixer, or YouTube. Basically, the three choices right now for... also, another question. Can they see my green screen? Or do they see my stream? Or do you see both? Both is good. Then I can use my favorite tool, which is called Notepad. Oh my God, I'm a big Notepad fan. Since you guys can know you guys can see my secret, don't tell Twitch chat, but this right here, I'm not actually on the background. This is actually a green wall. Don't tell them though, they don't know that, okay? All right. Okay. Twitch chat thinks I'm really just floating here as like an existential entity that lives within Twitch. All right. So let's talk about platforms first, okay? So for platforms, Twitch right now is still the largest platform, and it has 76% of the market share. Mixer right now has about 3%. Now, largely that like 0.5% is because Ninja and Shroud, Mixter, that 3% is mostly from Ninja and Shroud moving over. So a lot of people think, like, let's just get it like right off the bat, is like the number one question that I get every day, 10 times a day is like, Devin, where should I stream? A lot of people think it's a contest between Twitch and Mixer, but if you see these stats, it really isn't. YouTube owns about 20%, by the way. So right now, Twitch has 76% of the market share, and it's generally the place that people go. There's like 3 million monthly broadcasters on Twitch, which is a ton of people. And out of those, there's about like 40,000-ish partners and somewhere around like 400 to 500,000 affiliates. An affiliate is defined as a person who gets like 3 to 5 viewers, basically like anybody that has like a brain cell and turns on their stream, and for a consistent enough amount of time, and like you have your mom and your dog watch it on the laptop, and then that counts as an affiliate. A partner is a person that actually is like offered partnership by Twitch, and that's like a theoretically more exclusive thing, though it's highly subjective. So the number one thing is like, where should I stream, or like what should I stream? For you guys that are interested in creating content, or you might go, and by the way, you might not ever be in a job where you are actually going to become an influencer or content creator. Statistically, the odds don't favor you. Like I said, there's 3 million monthly active broadcasters on Twitch. That's the number of people that broadcast on Twitch at any given time in a month is 3 million. The number of you that will actually be successful at doing that is like 0.000000001%. So most of you will probably not do that. But that doesn't mean that you can't create content in a compelling way that influences the world and does better. And so the number one question that I would ask myself when I'm being a creator, it's not like, these I think are bad questions, and unfortunately these are the questions that I get like most often, right? For context, because I probably should have clarified this in my intro, because I'm like pro speaker, by the way. I actually teach this on Twitch. So like pretty much every day I run a show that's about like the gaming meta and nerd culture, and we talk about things like this. So that's where this is coming from. So bad questions are things like, where should I stream? Or what game should I stream, right? Or like, how do I grow my viewership? These are all questions that like intuitively you might think are like really good, but these are really low quality questions. Good questions are things like, what do I do better than anyone else, right? Or what is something that makes me unique? A skill, a personality trait, something that I find inspiring and interesting that other people would find interesting. And a corollary question to that is like, what can I do that's different from what I see right now? Or something I encourage for people that are trying to do entrepreneurship. What problem can I solve that's not being solved right now? So if you look at my stats here on this website that we're going to use called Solely Gnome, we're going to pull up my stream, and we're going to look at the last 30 days. So right now, my average viewers are up 52%, right? My hours watched are up 150%. My follows 300%. And my peak viewers 190%. And these are pretty good stats, right? So why did this happen? The answer was because I asked myself this question. I said, what problem can I solve that's not being solved right now? And what I realized is that there was nobody on Twitch that was doing game industry news well. I think that there was a really great content creator who used to do this, and his name was Total Biscuit. But unfortunately, he passed away from cancer. And he was a person I met a couple of times. I didn't have like a real connection to him like some of my friends like Sean Plott did. But he's an amazing individual that did a lot for our industry. There's kind of a vacuum now of people giving like advice and information to this degree on things like Twitch or gaming meta, and I identified that and I said, damn, like I can do this really well. I think about this problem a lot. I like doing it. And so I decided to create a show that was about this, that was literally about gaming culture and the meta of what goes on in the gaming business. And because I found that niche, I was able to succeed at this level. Now, you guys might have your own skills. Some of you might be artists. Some of you might be musicians. Some of you might have a really cool talent where you can like do like backflips or something. I don't know what you guys can do, but I assume that you're talented in something. And very few people don't have, like very few people, if anyone, doesn't have anything that makes them interesting. Like, I refuse to believe that there's like something that doesn't make you interesting. You can find that thing, or you can become an expert in something that then allows you to do this. And I think what you'll find is that if you completely ignore the mechanics of streaming and creating content, and all this advice works across YouTube, it works on Instagram, it works on being an influencer, and it works in life in general. And you ask yourself instead, what is something that makes me unique? What is something that I can do different? That is the catalyst that will make you successful. Because if you think about most of the top broadcasters, using broadcasters as an example, I promise you, these are people who do not have the wisdom that they like stood up one day and they were like, well, let me analyze the business analytics of how to become successful. Like, if you look at like XQC and Soda Poppin' and like Miz, like these are not people, some of the top broadcasters on Twitch, these are not like business wizards, okay? Like, these are people that like they just did, like they were very entertaining, they did something really well, and they just got after it and they kept doing it. And they provided value in that way. Does everything I said so far like make sense?
Yeah.
Is this actually helpful, or does this really suck so far?
No.
Hell yeah, cool. You can tell me if it sucks. I won't feel bad. People tell me I suck all the time. It's part of being a Twitch streamer, actually. In fact, 10 minutes ago, before this, we were discussing why I suck. But I appreciate that. It's really good. So, like like that's like the meta and theory around it. Like what can you provide that no one else can? And so tactically, I wanted to do something cool where I've never done this before, and I wanted to give you guys something that you could remember. And basically, it was 2 a.m. last night, and I was playing Jedi Fallen Order, and I hadn't written this talk yet, and I was like, shit, I really need to do something to provide value to these guys. So we're going to talk about Devin's 3 pillars of content creation success. Oh, boy. Okay? Devin's 3 pillars of content creation success. So I think if you want to create successful content, you need these 3 things. The 3 C's. 3 C's. In before someone in my chat says Trainwreck also has 3 C's. It's not the same 3 C's. Get off my nuts. I know you're going to say that, okay? I made different C's. All right. Okay. First C, creation, okay? I don't know if this is like super lame or this is going to be cool. I'm just rolling with it. We just got to go. Okay. Which means create compelling, evergreen content. Okay. This is probably one of the most important things I'm ever going to tell you. Out of the people that said they want to be influencers, how many of you want to be actual Twitch streamers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, a lot of you. Okay, so this is your number 1 mistake is you might think that you're going to get viewers on Twitch by being a streamer on Twitch because that makes sense, right? Freaking wrong. No one's going to watch you on Twitch because Twitch is not inherently a discovery platform. So, and I'll prove this in like 2 seconds. Check this out. So let's go to Twitch right now. We're going to go to the directory. We're going to go to the browse page. Okay, and we're going to look at Fortnite. We start off and we look at these guys. 29,000.7 people, 21,000 people. Cool. But let's just go down the rabbit hole for a bit here. Uh-oh. Starting to see a problem. How are these people going to get noticed? Do you think... Yeah. How are these people going to get noticed? You can answer. Like,
Great. YouTube, Instagram.
yeah. Woo! Who said that? You're gonna make it, buddy. Yeah. That exactly, right? You cannot get discovered on Twitch. There's no system for doing this. There are so many broadcasters doing so many things that there's no way that you're going to get discovered on your streaming platform. So you have to go into being a Twitch streamer or a Mixer streamer or whatever you want to do. I'm going to say Twitch streamer because Twitch has me here, so I should probably say that. You can go into being a Twitch streamer, and you can have the goal of being discovered with the assumption that people are going to find your content just by virtue of you being on Twitch, but this won't happen. It's not going to happen that way. Instead, you have to do stuff that is off the platform to bring people to your stream. And the number 1 way to do that is to create content that lives somewhere. When I say evergreen, evergreen means the content lives somewhere, right? A VOD doesn't really live somewhere. In theory, it does. You can go to Devin Nash, like, or twitch.tv/Devin Nash, and you can go to like my videos. But the truth is that most people are not really going to watch this content after it's been created. You can see it's got like 300 views, 200 views, things like that. Go to my YouTube channel now, right, and compare it. The same content on YouTube is getting 11K, 18K, 5K, 12K, 47K, 207K. Good video. Like the same content is actually getting those views there because this content lives somewhere and it has a theme. So the first thing you need to do in the 3 C's of content creation success is you have to create content that actually lives somewhere. That means that can be Instagram. That means that can be YouTube. It can literally be anywhere else besides a streaming website. Literally anything where content lives. That's number 1. The second thing on creation is create unique narratives and events and themes. One of my favorite streamers on the platform right now is a Twitch streamer named Hot Chubby. Hot Chubby is a Korean girl who it has recently become very successful.
All right,
Okay. Her numbers are like insane. And what she does is she prepares a show, every show, where she does something fun with her viewers. So for this show, she's actually playing piano. And then for
thank you so much for
another show, she might do something completely different, where she has a show. for this one, what she does is she teaches what's called English Academy. So here's one where, like,
So?
I don't know what the hell she's doing here. Some kind of painting thing. Yeah. So this gives you an idea where, like, right there, we just scrolled through, like, a couple of seconds of content, and we found two totally different things that she was doing. But the point is that, like, when a lot of people, they want to become content creators or influencers, what they do is they're like, oh, the first thing I want to do is I want to, like, sit down, play video games, and have people watch me do it. Well, they're not gonna do that necessarily, unless A, you're insanely good, like you're like Shroud. How many of you know Shroud? Raise your hand. Oh, all of you. Okay, cool. Shroud's a fucking government experiment. Okay, remember when we were trying to breach, remember when we were trying to breach Area 51? If we had actually successfully done that and opened the door, Shroud would have been there. It's him. That's because that guy is so good at FPS, it's disgusting. Most of us don't have that skill set, right? Like, in the same way that, like, there are broadcasters like Moon that are insanely funny. They're just hilarious, right? Like, so you can't go in with the expectation that just because you're playing a video game, somebody's actually going to watch that content. A lot of times it's not the case. And so the second thing about is to actually create unique events. Give a reason for people to come to your stream, right? This University of Utah talk is, like, really cool. You don't see that happen on Twitch that often. This is, like, a unique reason why people can't, like, maybe come to the stream. Does that all make sense? Yeah, cool. Thank you 212 for gifting a sub. Appreciate that, dude. So the second part, I think, of the 3 C's, this is the second C, is community. So community, a lot of people think of it as Twitch chat, but the big thing about Twitch chat is that it's only there when you're live. So you want to create a community that exists outside of your Twitch chat so people can interact with you and they can continue to talk with you the entire time. And my favorite resource for this as of this moment is Discord. I think having your own Discord is really great. It's super easy. It's free. It's pretty easy to get a partnered server. But some other options that people may not like recommend as often, newsletters, and really any way to make an impression on your supporters. So when I say impression, does everyone know what I mean by that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so, like, an impression is one hearing about you. So your goal should be, and we were actually talking about this earlier on the stream, the more impressions you can get. So let's say that so the way that, like, a person, like, will actually find your stream, let's say somebody hears about me on Reddit and there's a clip about me and they notice me. Okay, that's impression number 1. Then they're on YouTube randomly and they get recommended a video from me that's about esports and they watch that. That's impression number 2. Then they might be on Twitch and they see that I'm streaming in a category, and that's impression number 3, and that's when they decide to check me out. That's how it works to get people into your community. Most likely you won't make an impression the first time, and then people will come and watch you. For example, like, if I told most of this people in this class to follow my stream, I don't know how many of you are actually going to do it. You have an hour with me, which is, like, it's a big impression, right? But if you see me again, like, a couple weeks from now, and I'm, like, on a YouTube video, like, oh, I remember that dude, and then, like, you might click follow, right? Like, that's how this works. Does that make sense?
Devin, real quick.
Yeah.
The notepad is covered by our webcam.
Uh-oh. Okay, hang on. Thank you very much.
Really doesn't like it.
Yeah.
That is just terrible. Okay, cool. Thank you for telling me.
Make it wider.
All right.
There we go. Woo!
Okay, make it wider. Oh, dude, we got some tech wizards in the class here. Okay. All right. So, oh god. Okay. Yo, thank you for cheering. Thank you for cheering. 1337. This is gold at University of Utah. Greetings from Norway. Oh, there you go. That's so wholesome. Thank you very much for the bits. All right. So, community is the second part. I've lost my notes. And I want to tell you guys, have any of you heard of a concept called 1,000 True Fans?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Really?
No.
No? Okay. All right. So 1,000 True Fans is a blog post by a guy named KT Rolster. And I will send this to your professor so that you have this. But let me just explain the concept for real quick. Let's say let's say you have, so most people when they think of becoming an influencer, right? What they think of is they think of, I want to have millions of fans. Like you want to be like, and then that's how I'm going to become successful is I'm going to be like really famous. But let's say that you have 1,000 people, okay, only, but each one has a lifetime value a yearly value of $100. All you math majors in class, how much money is that?
100,000.
It's $100,000. See, Twitch chat, this is why you should go to college, okay? Like, look how smart these guys are. This is insane, all right? Like, all right, that's $100,000 a year. That's a pretty good amount of money. So you have 1,000 people only, let's say they're on Patreon, but they're willing to give you $100 a year. Not a month, not a day, a year, right? Like per year. So like maybe they buy 2 products from you. Maybe they donate that much. So all you really need is 1,000 fans to make beyond full-time income. So I think the reason why this is really important is because a lot of people, they focus on being big. They focus on going wide, right? Like, there's 2 ways you can build a Tesla car. You can make the Model S, which is like for luxury. It's like for specific people. You can make the Model 3, which is for everybody, right? In theory, but we still can't afford them because they actually cost a ton of money. But the difference there is like, I think like some of my best advice that I could possibly give, like tactical advice about actually creating content and being an influencer, is focus on the the core community that you want to speak to. I'm not trying to get all the like React people that enjoy content where like I react to like YouTube TV shows and stuff like that, right? I want a very specific type of person in my community, and I've identified that very early. And I acknowledge that that is not going to get me. I'm not going to be a 20,000 viewer streamer, right? I'm not going to be XQC, and I'm not going to be some of my friends. And I'm totally okay with that because I acknowledge that having that core community is going to make me more successful faster than if I try to become a 10,000 viewer or a 20,000 viewer person, which is likely not to happen because the statistics around that are just impossible. So the short of this is that if you focus on creating a community of people that understand you and that are driven towards your success, that is going to be way more effective than if you try to go wide and you try to reach out to like 20,000, 30,000 people, become this huge streamer, which is almost impossible to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, keep going.
What
Okay.
you're saying is it's the quality over the quality over the numbers, quantity.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think a lot of people try to think of streaming as like, okay, I'm going to have like 10,000 viewers. And it's like, well, number one, if you just run the numbers on that, right? I mean, there's so I'll give you like a really scary statistic. The top 0.001% of Twitch, right, is defined as 400 viewers or more. So if you have, I assume right now I'm above that. That literally means I'm the top 0.0, much less the top 10,000, right? So like, that should scare you a lot, which is like, okay, like, man, if I want to be a content creator, that's what I'm up against, right? There's 3 million broadcasters. So if you want to be a 10,000 viewer streamer, thinking about that if you're currently at 0 is going to be daunting and you're just going to lose your mind. You're never going to do it. But if you think about, okay, I just need 1,000 people that know, like, and trust me, it becomes way easier. Becomes a way easier problem to tackle. So that's the second C. The third C is a word that I really like, but I probably should have chosen another word, but it's a C, and I went to thesaurus.com and I tried to find a word for like working hard, and I got this one, so we're going with it. Conscientiousness. And I think this is ultimately like the most important one. So a couple aspects of this. One is like follow through. So actually working on your brand every day on multiple platforms on theme. On theme. Are you, another one is like, are you willing, well, we'll get into that in a second. So it's like, so what I mean by follow through is obviously like consistency. So are you willing to wake up every day and run a broadcast for 3 to 4 hours or 8 hours or however long it's going to take? Are you willing to make a YouTube video 3 times a week? Are you willing to post on Instagram 3 or 4 times a week? Like, your ability to succeed at anything you do in life, okay, is directly related to your conscientiousness. Literally your follow through. I've had a lot of talks because I give like professional talks to like businesses as well. Like I'm a consultant for a lot of like major, not like major like F500s, but like pretty big multi-million-dollar companies. And I've given a lot of talks, and I like I am always amazed. I mean, just like stunned by the simple fact that so few people actually do any sort of like follow through. And I mean like respond to emails like in a timely manner or do something they said they were going to do. If you do nothing else with your professional career, but actually respond to emails in under 24 hours, you'll double your salary because that's how lazy people are. Conscientiousness is so important. I don't care if you guys are setting up to be influencers or if you're or whatever the hell you're going to do in your life. It like follow through is the number 1, 2, and 3 thing you can do to succeed. And like when I was in college, I had this instructor who was really a mean dude. His name was Brett, and he worked as a corporate executive, a head of sales guy at a company called Black & Decker. They make tools. And he sat in front of my class one day, and he really got me thinking. He said to me something that I will impart upon you, which was like, you know, I sit here in this class, and I always wonder when is the day that you guys will actually turn it on and like be your best self and be capable of what you're actually going to do. Because at this moment, there are people in Harvard, there are people in Princeton, there are people in the University of London and Oxford. There are people all over the world right now that are vying for what you are going to want to do. Whatever your job is, whatever you're going to try to do, there are top tier performers right now that are going to try to outwork you at that. And the market is literally set up to be a competition. So your success depends pretty much exclusively on your conscientiousness, which literally means your ability to sit down and do the work. There is a huge difference between motion and action. The example, motion, is something like I'll write a list of 20 potential articles that I can write. Or I'll write a list of 5 potential streams that I can run. Okay? Like that's an example of motion. Action is I'll actually write an article and post it on LinkedIn. Or I'll actually stream today for 4 hours for a cooking stream. My friends, your difference between success and failure in your life is this tiny notepad chasm right here. And if you're going to be an influencer, it is that much true. Posting an image on Instagram, that's a thing. That's something that happened. You created a result. Posting a post on Twitter. Making an actual stream. One of the number one things I run into, because I get 20 to 40 emails a day from people that are like, Devin, I want to be a streamer. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to do this with my life. I want to be a graphic designer, an engineer. What can I do? I've tried everything, and I'm not out of I'm out of ideas. I literally will pull them up in the case of streamers. I cannot tell you how many times this has happened. The people in Twitch chat, they can confirm. They've watched me do it tons of times. Twitch streamer goes, man, Twitch has it out to get me. You know what? I can't get any viewers. This fucking sucks. I don't get anything. I never get discovered or nothing. I literally go on to their stats, and they have streamed 10 hours in a month, and they're playing Doki Doki Literature Adventure at 3 a.m. to no one. And then they wonder why they're not successful, right? It's putting in the work. Nothing will supplement hard work. Nothing I say in this talk will actually make a difference in terms of hard work unless you do it. So conscientiousness is literally the most important thing. And part of conscientiousness, by the way, is the willingness to tolerate what in terms of influencers, what you're gonna have to deal with. Like, are you willing to represent yourself to the world and deal with all the implications of that? Are you willing to take on trolls in real time that are going to literally try to misrepresent you and destroy you, right? Are you willing to completely reinvent yourself if necessary? I was totally boring as a broadcaster. I took improv classes. I took comedy classes so I could get better at this. I literally did that. Like, right? I reinvented myself because I was boring as fuck and nobody cared. And like, and then I think like, and this is like some heavy shit. People in like the college class are like, God damn, I didn't sign up for this. Like, but like literally, like, are you willing to actually stand for something and try to fix something or make something interesting and cool instead of hide and hope that other people will do it for you? Because that's what being an influencer is about. It means that you stand up and say, I believe in this. I'm going to do this thing. And that, I think, to the people in the audience that I'm trying to get the right message to, it should be inspiring, right? That you do have the ability to do that. But for some other people, it's scary. It's not for everybody. I mean, I think about these things when I set out to do something. And when I start my stream every day, I'm trying to think, what difference am I going to make? Why does this matter? Right? Some people, they start their stream, they get 20K viewers, and they're just like, I'm just going to play video games today. It's fine too. But the more that I talk to those people, and now I'm in kind of like a unique position where I get to talk to those people, and I have like, it's really cool. Like a lot of my friends are like these kind of like top streamers and stuff. It surprises me how often they think about that too, where they think about the difference that they're making. And like the positivity. And you might be really surprised. Like, I've said some really heavy shit in the last 5 minutes, but I'll tell you, like, one of the most rewarding things about this, and I see this happen to other broadcasters, is the number of emails and positive comments I get that are just like, hey, you know, I was kind of lonely, and I've kind of had like a tough time, but the positivity that you channel through the stream every day and like what you bring to the table, it uplifted me a bit. It made my life a little bit better. And that makes everything worth it for me. It's like one of those people is like worth their weight in thousands of trolls that will like misclip me or mispost me or you know, post some like hate threads about me or whatever. I'm at a point in my career at this point now where I can expect, actually, I'll give you a really interesting thing. If I want to look for negative comments on myself, and I want to do that, and I don't want to stop doing it, I don't think there is a limit to that at this point. So if I just start wanting to find, I don't know why I would do this, but if I want to start finding negative comments on me, I could just continuously delve into platforms. Reddit, I can search my name, YouTube, Dexterity articles that are misposted about me. We can just go down that rabbit hole. There is no limit to that. But what keeps me doing this every single day is the small possibility that I might inspire somebody for the positive. And I think that makes the whole thing worth it. So those are my 3 C's: creation, community, and conscientiousness. And I think that I think that overall, if I had like one rant to give, like I would start asking yourselves the right questions behind like what you do. I think if you change the quality of your questions, you can change the quality of your life. And so I would get, and like I can answer like any mechanical or tactical questions. You can most likely Google those or things like that. But just in general, I think that is like the right way to approach this. Okay, I have no idea if this talk has been useful so far. So let's get like a discourse going. What do you guys want me to talk about? You've got a streamer here that's like that, you know, is one of the, not to stroke my own thing, but like I'm one of the top creators on Twitch. I can answer any questions for you, and also I also run a company that supports those creators. What can I do for you? You guys are sitting there right now. You're in a college course, and you're thinking, I might want to become an influencer. I might want to do something related to influencing. How can I help you? What are your thoughts?
Anyone?
Okay. What is your YouTube upload schedule?
Okay, so that's a super tactical question. I love it. My YouTube upload schedule is basically completely chaotic and random. It exists in the same realm that like drives men and women mad. I have no idea when I'm going to upload something, but I'll tell you how I do it. That this will be a more tactical answer that I think is useful. What I do is I have a chat that's in my Discord. It's a secret room called the Lab. And I have invited the best content creators who have, the best YouTube editors who have submitted applications to me. So over the course of like the last few months, I've asked for applications from people to be YouTube editors. The people that I think are the best, they join the Discord channel. And then when we have a YouTube video that we think is going to be made, I will post that video up, and then somebody will take it on to edit. I pay that person a flat fee. And then that person uploads the content and another person does the thumbnail. And this is an iterative process. So the really cool thing about the Lab is that everybody gets to exist in the same Discord channel and they get to learn from each other. So all of us are learning a ton. And another thing that, so it's really cool that you asked this question, because if I can actually find this, I actually am hiring for a show producer. So what this role is going to do is, what I found out is like, so let's say that I had an hour talk here with the University of Utah, right? I could upload this entire thing as a YouTube video, and that's one piece of content, okay? Or I could actually break this up into like maybe the segment that I did on the 3 C's. Maybe that's one piece of content. And now out of the same video, I have two YouTube videos, okay? Because video number 1 is going to be special talk with the University of Utah. Then maybe a couple weeks later, I go video number 2. That's the 3 C's of actually content creation. And then that's video number 2. And what you'll find is that your audience is usually so diverse that people won't have seen the same content. Especially if you post it on a different platform. So for example, I could take that video from the 3 C's and I could post it on Facebook instead of YouTube, or I could post it on LinkedIn. And then I would get, so there's, for you guys that are interested in this, there's Gary V 64 pieces of content a day. Yeah. Okay, cool. Somebody knows Gary Vaynerchuk. Getting really excited. So there's a post by a dude named Gary Vaynerchuk, which is literally how you take a single piece of content and you make it into multiple pieces of content. So for example, let's say that from this video, I take a still image of this and then I post it on LinkedIn and I take a picture of you guys in the class, like really enjoyed talking to the University of Utah. That's one piece of content, right? Then let's say that I take a YouTube video from this talk. There's 2. I clip 4 pieces of content out of the hour talk. That's 6. I put 1 minute of the talk onto Instagram as a minute clip. That's 7. I resyndicate the video to YouTube and Facebook. That's 8. That's 9. I do a blog post on the. You see what I'm doing? So like, basically for the same amount of work, I create that. So the YouTube upload schedule, that's how I think about creating content. All this stuff starts on my stream, and then we take the best moments of my stream and we post it to YouTube. And you want to get yourself out of that mindset of like, oh, I'm duplicating my content, or my viewers are going to see the same thing twice. Even if a viewer does see the same thing twice, they don't care and they'll just disregard it. But also, this nearly never happens because of a concept called I call it layering, after a World of Warcraft term. What it means is like, let's say you post on Twitter. The average time that a person will see a post on Twitter. So if they're logged in right then, it will be 7 to 14 minutes. So if they don't see your post in 15 minutes, they don't see your post. There are some exceptions to this rule. If your engagement is very high and you get like a really dank-ass meme and it gets like tons of retweets, then it might show up on the trending tab, but normally it doesn't. So let's say you post on Instagram. Same amount of time is 90 minutes. Post on Facebook, same amount of time is 120 minutes. So if I post a post on Facebook and then I post the exact same post on Twitter 6 hours later, there is nearly no chance that my audience will cross over with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it's different people consuming at different times. Okay, so that's really important to understand, because you shouldn't feel like reposting content is a bad thing. It's not. Reposting content is a really good thing. So I repost a lot of the content that I do on YouTube, and we do a little bit of repurposing for YouTube. But if you go back through this VOD and you look at the, which in of itself will be a YouTube video, because I'm following my own practices. If you go back and look at it, you'll find that lab concept to be really good, because you'll start off and you'll be like, okay, I want like 3 or 4 like community editors. We'll all put them in a room and we'll all make it iterative. Because what has happened is like all of the editors that are in the lab at this point are some of the best people in the business, because we're all learning together, and I've gotten better by learning through them. So we created a ecosystem that's almost like a classroom in that way. Good question. Thank you. Yeah, what's up?
What is your number 1 recommendation for a platform other than Twitch to provide like daily content on?
YouTube, 100%. Another really interesting thing about YouTube is you can syndicate your YouTube content to Facebook. And this is something that a lot of people don't think about. So when I say syndicate, what I mean is you upload the video to YouTube, you post it, then you upload the same video to Facebook as a separate video, not as a share, because it has different, it works in the search algorithm differently. So one thing to think about is, does anyone know about is anyone like in business, or anyone majoring in business here? Nice.
Nope.
Hi. Hello, person on far left. Okay. I also majored in business, so we are kin in this way. There is a book called Blue Ocean Strategy. Okay, she nods. I will make it so that you guys don't have to read this 280-page book in 2 seconds. Here's the idea. Okay, ready for this? Here's how it goes. imagine that you're a shark in the ocean. Dude, we can use MS Paint for this. We probably shouldn't. I try not to do this, but okay. Imagine you're a shark in an ocean, and there's not that many sharks in the ocean. Okay. Here's shark 1 and shark 2. Okay, and then imagine there's another ocean, and the ocean is red with blood because lots of sharks are eating all the fish there, and there's like tons of sharks in this ocean. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Also, there's a freaking meme. Did it happen again? Did we get gifted? Every single time that I open Paint, I get gifted subs on the stream. I don't know why this is. Okay. Thank you, guys. Who did it? Which one of you was this? Oh my God. 212 with 20 gifted subs. Thank you, man. Guys in the classroom, clap it up. Let's go. Hell yeah. Woo! That's right. All right. There, look at that. That's like thanks, guys. Thanks for backing me up. Wasn't sure any of you were going to do it. Okay, cool. All right. So back to this concept. The idea is literally I'm just going to save you $15 for this book. Try to be in this ocean. Don't try to be in this ocean. Try to be in the blue ocean. Don't try to be in the red ocean. Bam. Business degree. All you have business degrees now. You're done. You got one. Honorary business degree from Devin Nash. Amazing.
So jealous.
Yeah. So the way that this translates into streaming, and to answer your question, right, is there are a lot of people uploading videos to YouTube right now. A lot of people. It's something like some insane number of minutes watched, like every minute watched. So there are not a lot of people that are uploading videos to Facebook at all. But there's a lot of people on Facebook. There's 2 billion people on Facebook, but not a lot of people that are creating there. If you upload a video to Facebook, that's Blue Ocean strategy. If you upload a video to LinkedIn, that's like 5-head super brain Mensa shit. Because like now you're like really ahead of the game, right? Because like nobody's uploading on LinkedIn, but everybody's there. So like one of the things that I realized a couple weeks ago when I started doing content strategy marketing on LinkedIn was because I realized that I do business content like this. This would be really good as a platform for LinkedIn. And how many people do you think are creating content on LinkedIn? Like nobody. But there's a lot of people that use it because they're trying to find jobs or things like that. So if you go where other people are, but not where all the marketers are, because marketers screw up everything, it's really effective. Another good example for this right now is TikTok. TikTok is like a fantastic place to be as a content creator right now just because there aren't a lot of creators on it, but it's getting big. So it's like, and then like it'll be like something else. 2 years ago, it was Musical.ly. Before that, it was Instagram. Before that was Facebook. You always want to be ahead in the game in the way. That's Blue Ocean strategy. So I think that like uploading the video to YouTube and to Facebook, you can always think like, why not both? A waiter comes to you and says super salad. You say, I want both. You can just take all of it. That's a super cool question. Thank you. Yeah, what else do you want me to, I can literally talk about anything. Anything you guys want.
I've been getting, in the last month or so, I've streamed like over 100 hours and.
Damn, dude. Let's go. That's a lot.
And like, it's been like progression and all, but like, I'm wondering like, what do you do beyond that? Like I've gotten the normal strategy of like consistent schedules, consistently producing similar content, trying to play to the same audience, keeping myself like interactive and all those things. But what do I do beyond that? What can I do more?
Okay, so how has your progress been so far? Like how many like viewers do you get? Like what's been going on?
I went from me and my laptop viewing me to now I get about today was about an average of 6 viewers, and I went from 0 to I think 70 followers in the last 2 months.
Chad is asking me to audit him. No, I'm not going to do that in real time. That's savage. So what content do you produce? What are you doing?
I produce in evenings. I produce any content that I play with my friends. So Left 4 Dead 2.
Okay.
Legend, stuff like that, and I do Let's Plays in the morning. So
Left 4 Dead is a really interesting category on Twitch because it's one of these really weird categories where you can actually, like, for whatever reason, the viewers of those games will actually, like, come find very small streams. So a category like Fortnite, for example, you're hopeless. Like, you'll never, like, nobody will ever look for, like, 10 viewer streams. But you'll actually get new viewers from Twitch and Left 4 Dead because that category, for whatever reason, just attracts people that want to watch small streamers. I think one of the reasons for it is because oftentimes small streamers play with their community. they invite people to their game, and then as a result, they're like, oh, like I want to be a part of this streamer's game, and I want to be on Twitch. And then when the stream gets too big, like it gets to like 500 people, they don't feel like they're in those games, so they go find smaller streams. That's like my little digression of like my suspicion on what's going on with Left 4 Dead, because Left 4 Dead has actually built a lot of streamers up from like zero. So I think for you, you could think about how you could do your content on other platforms. Take your best and most funny moments in Left 4 Dead and put them on Instagram and like as like 1 minute clips, and then like hashtag them, right? I've got a friend right now that plays Minecraft that's doing this, and what he's doing is he's uploading 1 minute clips of his best moments to Instagram, and he's doing quite well. Instagram is actually a really good way to drive users to Twitch, it turns out. Just in this, the stats shake out in that way. So that's something that you could do. And another thing you could do is I could say that you could upload your YouTube Let's Plays, but I'm going to be disingenuous in that if I say that, because I think that Let's Plays are pretty played out on YouTube. So you'd have to think of another way to do this that's creative. Maybe creating guide content. Maybe you could it's going back to our higher quality of questions, right? So it's like, what about you playing Left 4 Dead makes you unique and inspiring and interesting? Like, take that essence, distill it, and then put it into evergreen content like YouTube, Facebook, and stuff like that, and people will come to your stream. It's not an easy thing, right? Like you have to figure out something that you can do with that game that other people can't do. One thing that just came to mind: there's a Call of Duty streamer named Swifter, and what he does is he does these like really unique. Check him out on YouTube, because what he does is he does these like really unique events through Call of Duty. So he'll do these things where like you have to like play tag, but with like grenades, and you like run around and then like everybody joins, and he creates unique content like that. So if you think about how you can make Left 4 Dead that type of thing, like okay, we change the rules of the game in some way, and then you can title it in that way, and you can make it fun. I think a lot of people will pick it up. Is that helpful?
Yeah, that's very helpful.
Awesome. Yeah, of course, man. That's what I'm here for. What else?
All right, guy in the back here. Howdy.
Hey, man.
I stream a lot of League of Legends, and that is a huge game on Twitch.
I'm terribly sorry.
Yeah. It's a huge game on Twitch. There's a lot of streamers for it. There's a lot of viewers for it. And that it's hard to break that kind of 10 viewership blockade of being like at the top of the game and at the bottom of the game on Twitch.
Yeah.
So obviously, using other platforms like Twitter, Instagram for clipping and stuff like that can help garner greater amounts of viewership.
Mm-hmm.
But is there anything that you can specifically do on Twitch in order to gain viewership?
Nope. You're fucked. I mean, like, I'm just gonna tell you how it is. Like, that's literally what it is. Twitch is not a discoverability platform. It's you could change your title, and you could like dress up in lingerie for your thumbnail, and maybe that would help a little bit. Like, it's like the bottom line is like let's just do it right now, right? We just do this. Like, we just prove it. League of Legends right now is the #1 category, has 127K people. How are you gonna get discovered in this? Like, it's just gonna be so hard. I'll tell you exactly how I grew my League of Legends stream. Right now, I think it's a really hard game to play. And it's going to be real. Are you good? Are you like a challenger person?
I'm Diamond 4, currently on one of the collegiate teams here at the U.
So no, I'm kidding. Diamond 4 is pretty good. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, like, but if you're not like top 100 challenger, like that's hard, right? Like it's hard to like break out with like skill. So once we're down in this like 10 to 15 viewer category, you're gonna see like a lot of people here that look interesting. Like, this person here's a Diamond 1, right? And like she's wearing like a reindeer thing, and she's got like a sweater going on. That's nice, right? Like, this is a good streamer. They have everything set up, but they're just not getting discovery. And like, you can go through the list and find this. It's just gonna be hard, man, because Twitch is not a discoverability platform. What I did to grow my League of Legends stream is I created posts on Reddit and I did what's called a jungle tier list. So what I would do is every single time that a new patch came out, I would rank all the junglers from best to worst. Whether or not I'm an actual authority on jungling, it turns out if you just keep doing that and don't stop doing it, people assume you are. It's pretty cool. So I did that. And then eventually people assumed that I was good at it, and I started doing collabs with people like Crumbs and people like Nightblue and people like Trick2G, and they all like would do collabs with me because I was the jungle tier list guy. So again, like I set myself uniquely aside, right, from being able to do that. And that is like an idea you could have. So it's like, what like role do you play?
Support.
Oh, good. Yeah, I love support. So rank supports from top for every meta patch. Every time Riot changes something, rank supports and do a video on it, and then get it posted on Reddit and see what happens. Like here's my tier list, and you will get more press than if you just run your stream every day playing support and just grinding through games.
Solid.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, of course. Any other thoughts or things you want to know about influencing content creation, business, or general?
Sorry, I got another question.
No, it's great. Yeah, sure.
One of the things I've been wondering is that how to like, I haven't like gone into Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or any of that yet. I want to get like a stockpile of like clips and stuff for like essentially like montages and montages and like highlight reels.
Mm-hmm.
Put them on to other forms of media. But how does that do in terms of, would you know how that does in terms of like those media outlets? And is there a better way for me to use the content that I've already created to go into other forms of media?
In terms of 1 minute clips, the best platform for that is Instagram. The second best platform for it is Twitter. Instagram, you can actually use hashtags to, look, I'm Nostradamus, okay? I'm going to go to Instagram and I'm going to do the Twitch hashtag. It's all going to be girls. Here we go. I'm a prophet. Oh, wow. I did it. Okay. So the point is like you are going to try to rank for these keywords, right? You want it, except for this lovely man. He made it. I don't know how, but that's awesome. Okay. So, so for a keyword like Twitch, this is going to be very hard, but you can do something where you can search for Instagram top hashtags, and you'll find like websites like allhashtag.com. This is a website that I've used. And you search for something like, well, it should have a top post. Should be a way to search for this. This might not be good because it's here. Instagram top hashtags. Where's that post? Top hashtags. All hashtag. Yeah, here it is. Generator? Yeah. Okay. So type Twitch in here, right? Look for top keywords. Search for it. And then you can look, so now instead of competing on hashtag Twitch, which is a 10 million post title, right? You can compete on hashtag Twitch affiliate, hashtag Twitch streamer, right? If you go hashtag Twitch affiliate, we've moved from competing with 10 million posts to 1 million. So we're literally 1/10 of the competition, right? And it's, spoiler alert, it's still Twitch girls. But the point being that if you find creative hashtags, like maybe there's something with like Left 4 Dead in here, because I remember you streamed that. So if we search for like top hashtags like Left 4 Dead, can we generate hashtags like that? And we can say, okay, so we just do hashtag Left 4 Dead, for example, and we search for that. There's 62,000 posts that have been made in this. So there's people that are searching for this. And we can look at for what people are doing. This would be a good way to find a clip on Left 4 Dead that people are searching for. So I think Instagram is really good for this. It is harder to use Twitter hashtags to find things, but it still works. But but again, you can syndicate the content. Post one thing on Instagram in the morning, then post something on Twitter in the afternoon, for example, and you can do that. Cool? Yeah. Cool. What else?
Come on, Lincoln.
What games do you think are good things to play right now? Because a lot of the games that I've been playing recently are like Dark Souls 3, Left 4 Dead, and like older games, and it works out well because there's not that big of a competition on those.
Yeah.
But like if you're going into games like, for instance, like Psych over there, he does League of Legends stuff. Like, what kind of games are a sweet spot to go into?
Yep. So I'm gonna give you 2 games right now. And I'm gonna one up this, and I'm gonna teach you guys how to do this yourselves. You don't even have to ask me. So the first game we're going to pull up is good old-fashioned League of Legends. The second game we're going to pull up is, why can I never find Magic on Twitch, chat?
Magic Arena. Heck yeah. It's pretty good.
I love Magic. They finally banned Oko. Oh my god, I hate that
Finally,
card.
for the love of
It's
God.
such a shitty card. Jesus Christ. Like, oh my god. Oh, here it is. Okay. No. Yes? No? Is this a stream? Why can I never find Magic the Gathering Solely Gnome? Please God. Okay, we did it. All right. So when looking for the right games to play, look at there's a stat here called viewer ratio. What this means, it's the average number of viewers per streamed channel. So for a League of Legends, there is an average of 50 viewers per live channel on Twitch. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. On Magic the Gathering, there's 75. So what this teaches you, and it's going down, which is bad, but what this teaches you is that there are more people in a pool here that are willing to watch this content than there are on League of Legends. So that this by definition is literally a more discoverable game. Like it is easier to get more newer viewers on Magic the Gathering than it is on League of Legends. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you're looking for games that have high viewer ratios. So Smash Brothers Ultimate is another game like this, which is like really usually pretty good. Viewer ratio is 44, so it's actually not that good this month. This changes, so you have to look at this all the time. The last time I looked at it, it was like 90. It was like quite good. Other games like Fortnite, for example, look at the distribution here, right? And I can tell you, by the way, that like Fortnite is one of the worst games to stream on Twitch because in terms of discovery. And it shows, right? It shows in the stats. It's 17.2 and going down. The reason it's just so saturated. Look at the number of broadcasters. At any given time, there's 424,000 broadcasters versus 84,452 average viewers, right? So what that teaches you is that there is way, way more broadcasters than there is viewers. So if you're looking to try to broadcast this game on Twitch, you're not going to become as successful. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think that's a good way for you to look at it for yourself. And I think that's probably like the best like way to do it is like that's what I'll always look at.
Okay, this has been amazing. I think we have time for one more question.
Yeah.
Before...
Of course.
Anyone other than me and
Someone
Someone that hasn't asked a question yet. Yeah.
More, but someone else should say something.
Give me the two.
Yeah, how about you just give us the question and we'll say the question.
So I'll ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
So you talked about kind of like the Amazon flywheel approach for driving traffic,
Mhm.
right? And it seems like Twitch is your medium, but how do you prioritize like time-wise? Do you try to stretch that out?
Ooh, that's good.
throughout the day, or how do you not kill yourself, or do you kill yourself?
Well, I do, but that's because I work 2 full-time jobs. So either of the jobs that I do could be a full-time thing. I could either be a broadcaster full-time, though I can barely deal with these fucks for 3 hours, much less deal with them for 8. So I know I can't do that. But like I could be a broadcaster like on its own, or I could be a broadcaster or I could be a CMO, right? I could just do that. Those are the 2 things that I can do. So I usually am a bad example because I think that I don't have to do these things. I just do them because I want to do them. One of the big reasons why I do this sort of like CMO thing and then I do Twitch on top of that is because I think that a lot of people in the talent agency world, they don't understand their customer. So what I'm trying to do by being a CMO that actually streams is I'm trying to understand what it's like to stream at an intimate level and at a top level so that I can relate to the people that I'm working for. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So let me give you like tactical advice for like people that are not that. Like if you want to be a full-time content creator, I think generally you should try to create content offline or evergreen content 70% of the time, and you should stream 30% of the time. There's a kind of like theory on Twitch, which is like more is better, and that is just not true. Like we at Nerd Fusion, we have a bot that sits in Twitch chats. Any Twitch chat that's above 12 viewers, it lives in, and it aggregates data on those people. So we have we probably have better data than Twitch does on a lot of like all this information. So I can tell you that streaming more hours doesn't mean a better broadcast. Like does not necessarily mean more viewers. Streaming consistent hours does. If you stream the same time, that definitely equals it out to more viewers. I need to learn that myself and stop playing Jedi Fallen Order until 4 a.m. and actually get into stream on time. But like, if you stream at 9 a.m. every day, and by the way, just as like a quick stat, 6 a.m. PST to 12 p.m. PST is the best time to stream on Twitch because it's the lowest number of streamers. And the reason for that is because streamers can't be fucked to get up before 4 p.m. So if you can, you'll be better. So I would say 70% of your time should be creating content offline, and 30% of your time should be actually creating live content. So generally, that could be like 3 to 4 hours a day is like plenty, and that's more than enough.
That is amazing, Devin. I want to thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, of course.
Totally screwing up the meeting at the beginning, but it all turned out amazing. So.
I'll real quick. I'll just do some closing thoughts. Just like take like 2 seconds. Yeah. So for all you guys that want to be content creators, I just have like, this is like a lot of information and a lot of stuff because I don't have a lot of time to do it. I could be like, hey, watch my stream because I have more of that. Like, yeah, of course. Like, but for all y'all that are trying to do this, I just want to go back real quick. First of all, like I honor you because you guys are setting out to try to like make a difference in the world. And I want to encourage you guys to ask yourselves good questions. Not even if you go forward and you never create a piece of content and you never become an influencer, like challenge yourself to ask questions about how you can be unique and how you can make a difference in things past like everyone else. Taking that small step is going to literally be the difference between you being incredibly successful and then just being ordinary. I always say that if you want to be an anomaly, you need to act like one. So I really encourage all of you to go forward and like ask yourself those questions. And I'm inspired like by the fact that like the last thing I'll say, because I'm talking a lot and I know you guys probably want to get out of class because I would if I was you, but I'll say this one thing. How many of you right now, raise your hand if you're under the age of 25? Everyone, fucking everyone. You can screw up besides the besides the teacher and me. Okay, so like you can screw up for the next 5 years and do nothing and you'll still have your entire life ahead of you professionally. You can like, that is so inspiring. Like if there's one thing you can take away from this right now, it's that if you get started working on your career and your future right now, when you're in school right this minute, the exponential success that will have cumulatively over the course of time later is going to be unfathomable. The later you get started, the harder it is. You have